What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Bring the Thunder podcast. I'm here with Sapir, Thunder Talk, and King Capers, man. 1-1. 1-1. OKC gets it done at home. 123 to 107 over the Indiana Pacers. Very similar to the first game where we were hovering 14, 15, 18-point lead the whole game, and they were trying to come back. This time, we were able to hold it and finish the game, and the Pacers ended up pulling their starters with like 4 minutes left in the game. Thank God. Quick stats before we get into detail. Shai with 34, 5, and 8 on over 50%, 4 steals. Jada better, but not great. 19, 5, and 5. Got to the line 9 times.
That's good.
Chet 15 and 6, 6 of 11. Better, but not great. Dort 1 for 3 with a 3, but all over on defense. Kaysen 4 points, but all over on defense. 2 guys off the bench. Alex Caruso had 20 points tonight. I'm going to get to that in a minute because there was something said in the preview. But Alex Caruso 20 points, 4 of 8 from 3. Yeah, in 27 minutes. Aaron Wiggins 18 points, 4 rebounds, 6 of 11, 5 of 8 from 3. That's 9 threes from 2 guys off the bench. That's the difference. And then Hartenstein. Pretty solid defensively tonight. 3 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, but his plus-minus was through the charts. He had a great effect on the game. A few other guys scored in the end, and then big Kenrich Williams minutes, 8 minutes, but like actual minutes, not garbage time minutes. Couple big plays, big rebounds, couple assists. I think 2 assists. Everything what we were looking for pretty much came. It came alive in this game. I'll let Sapir talk about Wiggins first.
All right.
I got you. So, I don't know, man. Wiggins, we've been saying that he needs to be having more minutes. He did that. 18 points. I feel like all the guys that we talked about in the preview did exactly what we were looking for them to do. Caruso 20, J-Dub 19. Obviously, Wiggins had the 18, and Holmgren stepped up and had the 15 big points. Shai also did exactly what I had asked him to do, which I was really confused why he wasn't getting the assists. Drop your points down a little bit, and he didn't drop off anything. He had 34 points, but he dished 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and a really key stat, he hit a 3,000-point season milestone, and he joins Kobe and Jordan as a legend. So he's already entering a stratosphere that I don't think people will be able to understand until after the season's over. But we'll get into that obviously a lot later. But I'm just super excited about this win. I honestly don't know what Rick Carlisle is probably thinking in this moment. Like,
I could probably answer that.
What do you think?
I think it was clear that he's thinking that we got one, we stole one, we weren't even supposed to. Let's go home. He pulled the starters with 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
He knew the job. They got the job done. No matter what happened tonight, they already got the job done. They already got one on the road, which is the toughest thing to do, especially this time around the year. So his mindset is, we did our job. Let's get out of here healthy and go get ready for game 3. That's probably what it is. It's a good coach.
Because anything that happened, Joe, was icing on the cake if they won this game.
Exactly. Like Tyrese after game 1 was saying, let's get greedy. So, they already got 1. 2 would have been great for them, but whatever. Capers, I'm going to let you go, and then I'm going to be bragging about myself. But
oh, boy. All right. I'm going to make it short because I do want to hear what you got. I'm interested to hear what you got to say, but I appreciate it, though. What did we have? 6 guys in double figures tonight, 5 guys in double figures tonight. I liked how they splattered the minutes out. I'm so happy. Again, I don't dislike him. Thank God there was no AJ Mitchell tonight. He didn't get too creative in a good or a bad way with his lineup. The only negative, in my opinion, that I took away from this game, and it wasn't even that bad because of how we won, was they still had Isaiah Joe on McConnell. But I guess you could call that nitpicking. So I don't want to nitpick in a win that we won by 15. You know what I mean? We made them pull the starters out with like 4 or 5 minutes left. But I'm really excited. The only problem is now we have to go on the road. It's split 1-1. They haven't been in the finals in what, 20 years, 25 years?
25 years.
That crowd is about to be rocking for both of those games. Rocking.
Yep.
So, I mean,
I thought the Thunder crowd tonight was rocking.
it was rocking, bro.
It
was rocking.
I could hear
bro.
it throughout the whole game.
Yes.
The fans showed out, and they, as bad as Chet and the guys wanted to win, I feel like the fans wanted this to win even more. And I feel like that energized the type of play we had, because at times in this game, we had some moments where it didn't look the most tip-top type of Thunder basketball. But I want to hear what Joe's got to say. So.
Yeah, I already know what he's going to say, but
yeah,
go ahead, man.
Before I get my spiel, appreciate everyone joining the live. We'll get to a lot of your comments soon. We're just going to recap the game and I want to recap our game preview a little bit. We did the game preview yesterday. If you didn't see that, you could go check it out if you want. But I think Xavier and I hit it right on the head, bro. Xavier called for more Aaron Wiggins, and he called for more playmaking from Shai. And
from the team, we had tons of playmaking. We had 25 assists, I believe, tonight.
Yeah,
huge.
Much better than the first game.
Yeah,
and
huge.
Myself, I like to brag when I get a chance. We were having this conversation of where are we going to get, like, who's it going to be? Who's going to be the guy to consistently knock down shots, to come in, space the floor, and not, allow Indiana to have a mismatch? And I said, it's Alex Caruso. I said, he's got to have almost 30 minutes a game. Comes in tonight on 27 minutes, 20 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist, 4 3-pointers, and 4 free throws. Absolute playmaker tonight. Allowed the team to have multiple playmakers on the floor with his spacing, because he's a threat from 3. He's a consistent threat from 3. All playoffs, he's shooting over 40% still. So I'm just really happy with the performance tonight from him. Wiggins for sure. Hopefully he continues to get the minutes. You know how Mark likes to play him 20 and then play him 3. But I think off the bench from now on. Oh, I also called for Kenrich Williams, by the way. I also did call for Kenrich Williams.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I forgot about that a little bit. But I think from now on, like we wanted, Caruso, Hartenstein, Wiggins, and Kenrich off the bench. That'll be it. Maybe Isaiah for like 3 minutes. He continues to get like 3 random minutes throughout the whole playoffs. I don't know.
He got 6.5 minutes, and I think his minutes definitely need to go to J. Will. Like, it's clear that the way this series is going to be won is through passing and controlling the boards. Those were the 2 key points that I pointed out in the preview. And when we hit on those, I'm going to look at the rebound numbers. We had 50 rebounds.
We won.
If we can get 50 rebounds, 25 assists every game, we can win the series. That's what I said about the play style. Like, our play style has to be that style of game where we're controlling the possessions. It's not so much of, hey, we need to go all in on turning them over. We'll get that naturally. And even if we don't convert those, what matters more is the rebound battle. Because even if you're not converting your turnovers, you can still get a lot of possessions.
Yeah, absolutely. And how many points off turnovers do we have tonight? Do you have that up? We caused another 15, which was great. Today was just about getting back to who we are. The one thing we're going to need on the road, sorry, not on the bench, on the road, is J-Dub needs to play like he did, and Chet needs to step it up like he's been on the road. And then obviously
he was balling.
But Chet on the road's been huge for us throughout this playoffs, and he's going to be ginormous in Indiana. Like you guys said, that crowd's going to be lit. I think if we could slow them down early, we could take control of every game in this series. I'm not saying we're going to win out, but it's 2 games back-to-back where it was the same script. We were blowing them out the whole game, at least 14+, and then we closed it tonight. The first game, Haliburton went nuts, but it's just about – I mean, Mark did the right thing. He found the right matchups tonight. When they threw Thomas Bryant, we were throwing double big, and it was working.
It was working.
With Turner off the floor, we were throwing 1. Everything, all the rotation looked great. Players looked great. we should be up 2-0, but here we are, 1-1.
The key moment came when we had that 19-2 run in the second quarter that led to
was
like
it
our
really
20,
19-2?
It was 19-2.
it was a
My God.
19-2 run that led to a 23-point lead. That's really where we tipped the momentum. It was pretty decisive for us. So I thought that was a key moment that we definitely need to point out. And also we held Tyrese Haliburton in check mainly throughout the first 3 quarters, 3 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds through 3 quarters, triple or quadruple threes. Not looking good for him. And then also for game 1, I think we're 18-2 in the postseason following a loss. So,
Veer, let me ask you this.
What's up, man?
I hear you bring up Tyrese Haliburton, and I wanted. Well, matter of fact, this is questions for both of you actually.
And the chat.
Based off of the way we played superstars or the opposing team star player this whole playoffs, right? Whoever it was, where there was the Grizzlies, Wolves, doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. How are we playing Tyrese Haliburton?
Same way.
The same? Are you sure though?
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit more.
I don't think we're loading up the way we do.
Well, you don't, because he's not a prolific scorer.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm asking.
Until it's time to win the game.
Yeah, until it's time to be a prolific scorer.
But yeah, like he had 12 points in the fourth quarter tonight. He had 5 before that. But I mean, it's just a bunch of different bodies, and we're able to switch. We're cutting off driving lanes for him and making him be a passer, which he's
a jump shooter.
And a jump shooter. He's a great passer. He's not a great jump shooter. If he's hot, damn. But we're forcing him to shoot the ball. And kind of forcing it out of his hands. Like, it's like, fine, if you're going to shoot the 3, shoot it. Because he's a much better player when he's able to get in the lane and either get his floater up, his layup, or kick out. And if we keep him on the perimeter, it's pretty much the same way we guard everyone. We play a team defense. We switch. We swarm the ball. And we make them jump shooters. We did the same thing with Ant. And what was the first game? Ant had like 1 shot in the paint in game 1 of the season.
Yeah, literally like 2. Yeah.
Like, that's what we do. I mean, Jokic is a bit different because it's a different position. But
I feel like one thing we did better is every time he got we limited on him on the boards, which he couldn't push pace in this game. Right. And then on top of that, we also had one person spying him in a way where if he is going to push pace, we're going to stop him and slow him down. So I felt like that was a quick adjustment that we made throughout this game where it's like, okay, we know who their primary guy is, and they kind of just focused in a lot more on him. And then that pretty much just killed their whole game plan. When he's not going, they really don't have much. And I think they need to make an adjustment of something with their starting lineup where I think I mentioned their best key point that they can do is add more playmaking into it. And honestly, I would start a guy like TJ McConnell or something next to him because he is a great primary ball handler and point guard. I mean, there needs someone that can.
I see your point.
It's Nembhard. He played point guard. He's played point guard, and when he is on,
you might want to leave TJ where he's at, bro.
We saw him in game 1.
Nembhard isn't a traditional point. I'm talking about a traditional
playmaker point guard.
They need a traditional playmaking point guard. Yes, that is him. But when you only have one of them, you can limit it. When you have 2 of them, it gets harder. That's the point.
Right, but that's why. But that's the thing. Like, that's why we were so confident coming into the series, because this team is playing outstanding basketball, really great team ball, but they're not as talented as the teams we played in the past.
Yeah.
No,
that's where they lack.
Well, they're just not as
in the East.
They're just not as talented as we are. Like
that too.
We have way more playmaking ability across the board. That's why I was shocked with the way we played when I looked at the final score line or like the assist line last game. I was like dumbfounded. That's where I was really like more angry with the team, where it's like, that's not how we play. So I'm glad we kind of switched that up. Also, we shot 55% from the field today. They shot 44%. We also shot 50% from deep. That's unusual for the Thunder. We only took 18 shots from the 3-point line. They took double us, and they shot 40%, which is around what they've been doing. So we also made our free throws. I was really happy about that. 88% from the free throw line. So
Yeah.
I feel like just cutting the edge on the boards, rebounding battle early, that just helped us a bunch. Because even if we're not turning them over, they're not getting extra possessions, things like that. So it was still a struggle, though.
And I think regarding this team, it's like it's interesting. I didn't like. I already went over Haliburton. We guard them hard the same way we guard all guards in the NBA. If he's gonna cook, he's gonna cook. Well, we held him to 8 shots tonight in 32 minutes. So I mean, he shot 50%, but only 1 3 went in. So that's how we have to guard Siakam. We're just gonna throw hella bodies at him. If we learned tonight, if Kaysen gets stuck in the switch, he held his own until someone came over. He was letting
Kaysen tonight.
He was letting Siakam get into the paint before he caught the ball.
Yeah.
Last game, tonight, he wasn't allowing him to really get there. And if he did get there, there was already another body. And we're just going to live and die with Miles Turner shooting the ball. No matter where he shoots.
You're just going to have to, bro.
He's not a high volume scorer. That's what I said.
Have to, yeah.
Someone was arguing with me about that, about Miles Turner. I was like, we're going to live with that guy shooting all day long because if Miles Turner beats us in the series, great. But I just don't see that happening, obviously, especially across a couple games. The thing I'm most shocked about is Pascal Siakam. Like, I thought he's a lot better than he showed, in the Knicks series, how good he was. And maybe that's just because of how bad the Knicks defense is. But, man,
that's one reason. Another thing is Siakam's always been all-star caliber, but he's so on and off. Like, he could go for 40. And then he could go for a game like this, 15 points. He went 3 of 11. He shot 9 free throws. Great defender. He's always getting at least like 2 blocks, it seems, in this series so far. But
he's a really good player, bro.
Another thing I want to pat myself on the back here is Obi Toppin's 1 for 8 tonight, and that's what I expect most of the game. Like, maybe not 1 for 8, but bro, like,
not PJ Washington Jr. though.
He went 5 of 8 from 3 in game 1. He went 1 for 5 tonight. That's what we can. If he's hitting 5 threes, it's going to be tough to beat him. It's going to be tough to beat him, but he's not like that. He's not. This team doesn't have a bench that could really compete with ours. We saw that tonight. When our bench unit first came in, that's where the run really started to happen. McConnell had 11, but like a couple baskets in the last couple minutes of the game. Obi had 3 points. Mathurin had 14, but he's not a 3-point threat, so we don't really – I mean, we could go back and forth with 2s. As long as they're not spraying 3s on us, we're fine. Like, I'm fine with – I'd rather have Mathurin have 14 than Obi shoot 5 for 8 from 3. I mean, he only shot 2 threes, Mathurin. Ben Shepard, or whatever the hell his name is irrelevant. Thomas Bryant is irrelevant. They took him out of the game once we started exploiting his defense. He's miserable on the defensive side of the ball, and if he wants to shoot a 3, so be it. It's mismatch central. That's what it is. If J-Dub could score 25 on the road, we're gonna win both games, bro.
He's gonna have to though, in my opinion. But yeah, you're right though. I mean, their bench can't compete with our bench, and Thomas Bryant is miserable on defense. But I mean, you never know, man. He's got to wait till Wednesday.
And then I could also be picking though. Like, we won by 16 tonight. I know it was a little bit more. The lead got kind of cut in the last 2 minutes when the bench came in.
More than that.
You could also be picky, like with Caruso and Wiggins both scoring almost 20 points, 20 and 18.
Yep.
And we won by 16. Are we supposed to win that game by 25? Like, that's another way to look at it. But I think we're just dominant.
Yeah, I was gonna mention the turnover. We had 15 turnovers on them, and we converted that into 7 points. So that's much better. Like, for at least the ratio. We're still not converting as much as we need to. That's why I said we don't need to focus so much on the turnovers. But I do want to pull up the game charts like I normally do.
Really quick,
biggest lead we had.
When they are really good defensively getting back. You mentioned it in the first game recap, and my brain was just so all over the place. I got to watch it really tonight, and when we're coming off turnover, they already got 3 or 4 guys back. Sometimes we're rushing it, sometimes we hold it. I'd like to see us hold it and get possession, but you were right on that.
Wait, so we forced 15 turnovers, and how many?
Look at the rebound battle right here.
We cooked the rebound battle. Well, no, we did not this game. 2?
Yeah, we did.
No, but it was 2. Because hold on, it's only 2 rebounds.
Yeah, but that's good though. We're usually
that's got to be skewed late. That's got to be skewed because of what happened late. Then
Well,
I
a
thought
lot
it was
of
more than that.
Indiana gets a ton of offensive rebounds because they shoot long shots, and that causes long rebounds. And if we're not boxing out, which is really hard to box out when you're running all over the place for 14 seconds and threes goes up, that's where it comes in. But listen, every OKC series, we don't even have to win the rebound battle. We have to keep it within 7. That's what it is.
Yeah. We don't have to win the battle. I'm never going to say we need to win because in the regular season, we rarely won the battle from the rebounding perspective. But as long as we kept it close or decent, and against worse teams, we usually turn them over and convert way higher rate. But against this team, they have great transition defense. So that's not happening. So that's where the rebounding actually does matter. And so I'm glad the whole team kind of locked in on that. And then obviously the assist battle. This is where the games are going to be won between these two stats. This stat is directly correlated to this. So we did pretty well. We also had 13 turnovers ourselves.
A lot of them were early. Yeah,
a lot of them were early, but also
first quarter.
They were kind of weird turnovers themselves, but we shot much better in this game. We shot closer to – we kind of matched their style in this game. Shot great from the free throws. And then points in the paint. That's really another key factor that directly correlates with the assist battle, because if we're getting in the paint, that means we're also getting a bunch of assists. So I really like to see that we're beating them. We're the more aggressive team. That's also what it shows. They're going to get their fast break points. We kind of matched it with the second chance points here. So I thought it was a overall even battle, but this is kind of the way this is this exact style, copy paste for the next 3 games, and we sweep them. Like 5-1, gentleman sweep, whatever. Right. But if we do this, boom, easy. Like, no question about it. So I do expect one of the Indiana games. I think next game we take it, but I do expect game 4.
Yeah, I know, right, Joe?
I do expect game 4 to be really, really close. I think that's the one where it's going to be like coming down to the last couple seconds. And if we can win, obviously, game 3 and 4, I know we'll close it out. So I'm hoping for that. Man, this game got me pumped up.
It's just about starting. It's crazy again. Sorry. It's about starting fast offensively and on the road, not letting them hit the first 5 threes. If they hit their first 5 threes, it's going to be a long game. But if we could hit our first couple shots, hold them, it's going to be hard. Both games are going to be hard fought.
And every not game's gonna settling.
Be hard fought. Even tonight was hard fought, and we were blowing them out. But I'm super confident. I think it also is much easier. Indiana's fucking fantastic. Like, the atmosphere in Indiana, the fans are great. But I think it's easier to play in Indiana than it is in Minnesota and Denver. I may be wrong. It's going to be loud, but I think we'll be much more comfortable on the road against Indiana. I can't take it anymore. Just win the damn games. I'm having a breakdown over here.
Yeah, let's go through some of these comments. Parker Mayo started off saying Tyrese was stressing after the game. Not sure if y'all saw when the camera panned over to him after he realized it was over. I actually noticed that before even the game was kind of starting to end. They panned over to him a bunch of times when he went to the bench, and he kind of he looked really like upset, distraught. It didn't give calm.
Yeah, they lost the finals game. I'd be stressing too.
Yeah, but
it's not very easy to be like, all right, we just lost the game by 20. I'm calm. We're definitely going to win the next, because they probably know they're not better than OKC. OKC won 68 games. I'd be stressing too. I'd also be stressing if my coach pulled us with 4 minutes left when all playoffs long. In the last 4 minutes. I don't really understand
by that. But that just shows you right there, though, Joe. That shows you right there. They did what they were set to do in their minds. Yeah. They did what they were set to do, because you're right. He doesn't do that. No. Carlisle doesn't pull them that early into the fourth. Well, you know what I mean? It wasn't early, but you get the point. Like, he doesn't do that.
He was like, fuck it. We did our job. Let's stay healthy and get out of here.
And they're banking on these next 2 games, bro.
Yeah,
honestly, I was expecting them to play it out and try to gain some momentum because I felt like they were playing really well up until the point he pulled them off. So I was kind of confused why he did that because they were kind of cutting the lead a little bit slowly. And I was like, yo, like, why is he taking them out? It wasn't even, I think it was at like an 18, 20-point lead even at that point. So I was like,
Haliburton hit a three to cut it to 17, I believe, with 4 minutes left, which, goddamn, that's reasonable for them, right?
Yeah, I know.
But maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm just bugging.
We got Steeds up in the chat right now.
What up, Steeds? How you doing, bro?
Viewer.
Yeah, we got
Sombro's also returning. What's going on, bro?
Yeah. And
Pretty
then
much ended the way game one was supposed to. Sonny D, let's go. Yes, sir, man.
That's a cold picture.
El Sombra also mentioned hopefully we can replicate this. That's pretty much what I was saying too. We can, if we can replicate this, we can steal the next two pretty handily.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We replicated it again. We played better tonight. But again, we were still up 14, 15, 16, 17 points last game. All game. So, yeah, the games were a bit different, but the score was the same until the end. So, 2 games in a row, we played the same exact game besides blowing it in the fourth quarter. I think Indiana's very good in the third quarter. But we held them. We won the quarter by 1 this time, and then we finished the game off. So I think we just got to be okay.
Oh, a Nuggets fan.
Yeah, we got a Nuggets fan.
He's good. He's been in the chat. Sometimes he roasts us. Sometimes he's nice. Tonight he was nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. Awesome to see. Also, we got Bradley, who's always in the chat as well. And he's always giving us great stats, which I appreciate that I'm not the only stat dude on here. So SGA, 13 games, 30-plus points. Has the most points in the first 2 games in his finals career, surpassing Allen Iverson. I think he has the most points, surpassing Allen Iverson in game 1 as a debut game. So Shai's entering. I'm telling you guys, Shai's entering a different stratosphere, and the conversation I hear around him is way lower than where people need to be putting him, because I'm gonna have to start hopping on some of these podcasts or something, man, because this is getting ridiculous. Yeah, Shai's at 3K points. That's what I mentioned earlier. Joins obviously Kobe, Michael. I'm not gonna go through the rest of these comments, but they're pretty fun. You guys got any other closing remarks? I feel like it's fun win. Any questions? What do you guys think?
That post that you sent me earlier on Instagram, did you see Swipe a Cam in the comments?
I saw him.
He was crying. He was crying, talking about how Denver would have beat us and done us in 4 or 5.
He's been crying on his timeline on X since he lost. He's been crying on Player's Choice for the past 24 hours. He was crying this morning or whatever he was on, talking about Shai and probably about that offensive board that he let Pascal have. This dude is so attached to the Thunder and Shai because it actually disrupts Jokic's legacy. Like, focus on your own team, focus on your own player. Like, this is what I hate about NBA discourse a lot, where you have LeBron James, then you have to, if you're a fan of LeBron, you got to pull down Michael's attributes.
Yeah,
and if you're a fan of Michael,
you got to pull LeBron down.
Like, dude, they're freaking legends. They're top 2, top 3 players. Same thing with Shai. He's top 2, top 3 right now. No, top 2, not even top 3. He's top 2 right now, and arguably number 1 player in the world. And obviously, I'd have a problem with that too if a guy like this was surpassing my favorite player. And I think that's what 29 other fan bases have a problem with Shai and our team, is we keep surpassing them. And we saw that with Russell Westbrook when he won his MVP, and he still gets hate till this day. And I think the Shai and Thunder hate is going to quadruple next season. I can't wait for it.
Especially when they win.
I don't really care anymore.
I'm gonna get a shirt. I'm gonna get a shirt with that quote of, "As the Thunder win more games, the more hate we get." Something like that. I'm gonna get that on a shirt, man, and wear that next season.
It's just how it goes, bro. It's whatever. I'll close with the NBA kind of sucks. The NBA itself is great. I love the NBA, but for you to put the Larry O'Brien trophy on the floor,
Oh man,
it was like an animated
yeah,
final trophy.
ridiculous.
That's just like, here, fuck it. You guys been asking for it here. Like that was fucking terrible. That bothered me a lot, honestly. I actually thought they were on the floor for a second, and then I was like, oh no. And yeah, I mean that bothered me. There was one more thing that bothered me, but fuck it, we won. We're 1-1 heading into Indiana, and I'm excited. It's our first finals win since Game 1 of 2012. So
No.
be happy tonight, right?
Give a quick. You don't have to give a preview. Predict next game. What do you guys think? Capers, go first.
It's gonna be tough. Listen to me. I'm gonna say it again for everybody who missed it or didn't hear it. They have not been in the finals since 2000. This is their first home finals game since then. It's 1-1. That crowd is going to go berserk, at the very least for that game. It's going to be extremely tough to win that game. Not saying we're not saying we can't. It's going to be extremely tough in that building. We're going to find out what this OKC team is really made of next Wednesday. Now, I guess you could say a prediction, I predict that game to go, I don't know who's going to win it. I predict that game to go all the way down to the wire. Somebody's going to have to make shots. Somebody's going to have to get stops and rebounds. I don't know who's going to do it yet. I'll sleep on it and let you know. Like I said, this game just ended, an hour ago. So but that's my prediction.
That's a good point. I'm sure we'll do a preview too, but
yeah.
It's
going to be tough. That game is going to be tough.
It's whoever wrote that, that's guys.
That was me.
That was good. For me, I think Capers is being funny, bro. I think him saying they haven't been to the finals since 2000. It's gonna be loud.
It is.
It's gonna be really soul crushing when they lose. It's gonna be tough on Indiana fans when they lose. I think we win the game. I think if J-Dub and Chet play well, we win. I think it's as simple as that.
J-Dub plays better on the road, by the way.
I think he does. I think he
does. His stats in the Denver series on the road destroyed them. So even in the Minnesota series, I noticed he plays really well on the road. I don't know what it is. I think it's like
Game 4 he played very well.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but he plays well.
I don't know, but I'm gonna take OKC to win Game 3. I think it'll be down the stretch again, but I think it'll be more like, oh my God, Indiana's within 8, Indiana's within 6, but nothing more than that. I think if we play the right way, I was gonna say because Shai's proven to me like he's gonna be there no matter what. He's the best player in the world right now. I don't give a fuck. And it's all up to J-Dub and Chet. And if they play well, we're just gonna win. We're gonna win. So I'll take an OKC win, but I'll break it more down in our preview.
Yeah, I'm hoping we win the next one. If we win the next one, it's going in 5. If we lose the next one, we're going in 6. Regardless, we're winning the series. It's not going 7 games. If you're putting live bets or whatever, or adjusted bets, go ahead and you can put that down on me. No worries.
I don't know if I can handle a Game 4 being down 2-1 again. I don't think I can do it again. Let's just go in and win Game 3,
bro. Yeah.
I can handle it. We went through the Nuggets series, and I think we're just the better team from the eye test alone. The stats don't have to even back us up that much. It's obvious. I mean, we see it. So it is the finals. One thing I do agree with Capers, that crowd, man. Bro, that crowd's gonna be. People don't realize our crowd is feisty.
Yes.
And we had a long stretch of games, so there's history of people noticing that the Thunder crowd is like that. Mm-hmm. But the Pacers aren't really in the playoffs like all that often, especially not in the NBA Finals. That crowd is going to be absolutely nuts. I cannot wait. And I'm excited to see how they play. So
I have somebody telling me who works in the WNBA. He'll remain anonymous, but he said OKC wins in 6 when Caitlin Clark isn't in Indiana for Game 6 because apparently she's not going to be available to be at the game. That's what he said. He also said that J-Dub's going to go for 26 and Thunder win the next game. So we'll see.
Hope he's right about the next game.
I think in both game 1 and 2 for J-Dub, he's honestly missing some really easy shots that he typically hits.
Yeah.
He's just been missing. Like
he's got nerves. You could see it in his body. Some of his passes early, he was like, I don't know, like he was throwing it to the ground and shit. But he'll be all right.
He's playing a little quick, and I think he just needs to slow it down just a tad. And for whatever reason, he does that on the road, and I think he'll hit the shots that he's been missing in the first 2 games. So I'm not too worried about him. The other guy, Chet, man. Chet, come on, man. Like, I'm wearing your jersey right now. Look at this. We need you. We need you to be locked in, playing the way you played today. I saw he made a huge effort on defense. Like, he was closing out on shooters like the way we needed in game 1, honestly.
Playing great, man.
If he shuffles his feet, plays defense like that on the perimeter, and then we know what he's going to do down low, I need another game like that in terms of effort. The points and stuff will come for him because he's just naturally a really good player. He's going to hit his shots. He's going to do his thing. If we get him the ball, that's the other thing. They made an effort to get him the ball. Hartenstein got 4 assists. That one lob to him was huge. A lot of kickouts to him as well. So we need to continue feeding the guy that we know is that skilled. And that's where it's confusing to me why we would ever go away from feeding a guy like Chet. Usually he gets a lot of points.
They made it a point to get him going early. Him and Kaysen, really. I mean, because
not only that, he looked confident, guys. He looked like he didn't have nerves. He looked like he's been there before.
Yeah, he settled in. Yeah. Now we got to do it on the road.
Yeah,
we got to remember this is all these guys' first finals run. I mean, in game 1, Lou Dort had 5 steals, 5 threes in his first debut game. Shai had 38. Like, these guys are playing at a crazy rate for the age that they're at. Like, Chet should not be playing at this level. Like, he shouldn't be competing with a guy that's a 10-year vet in Miles Turner. Like, that shouldn't even be a conversation. That should never happen in the NBA, but he's doing that. And so kudos to him, and hopefully he keeps that up. The one part of his growth that I want to see, I had to worry about this in the regular season. I mentioned it, where his ball handling needs a little bit of work. I need him in the lab this summer. Turn into KD, get your handles up.
It ain't going to happen, bro.
No.
It ain't going to happen.
It will. He's already really good at handling the ball against lesser teams in general, but he gets his handles up a little bit more, and he can get to the rack a little bit more. That's where his game's going to expand, and the Thunder itself is going to probably win 70-plus games if he can do that. So
yeah, if they can work with him, I agree. Not fully KD, but
not fully on that level. But I'm saying
I get your point. Yeah,
as long as he's able to make it, where he's not getting ripped a lot and the ball stolen, where people are a little bit more afraid of his ball handling. Because right now, they really don't fear. Like, when he has the rock and he puts it on the ground, they're attacking him, trying to get the steals. If he can get it a little bit tighter, this team's going to skyrocket.
They'll continue to work on his shot, his handles, and his post game. He's going to be a fucking beast. But for now, I think we're all set. No more comments we got to get to. All right, well, appreciate everybody joining. 1-1. OKC takes down Indiana in game 2. We got game 3 on Wednesday. I didn't screw it up this time. Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you're enjoying the content, enjoying the live, subscribe to YouTube, hit us up on Instagram, all the other socials. And I'm tired, guys. Someone hit me with a Thunder Up. Let's go. I need someone to do it.
Thunder Up, let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go!